Hey everybody, I'm Scott Reichard, and since I'm a grad student, I've been able to create a product a little bit different from the USB drive or a game board. Since I currently have all my ties rolled up and just shoved in a cabinet, I decided to try and construct a tie rack. As you can see, this is my final assembled piece that I created. It is able to hold up to 12 ties, it's fully rotational, and can easily hang in any closet. The body of the design consists of the actual rack that the ties are hung from. It also includes a small shelf that can be used to store cufflinks, tie clips, or watches. A new addition to my design are these hooks at the bottom, which allow for belts to be hung from. A separate tie rack pin is inserted through the body and then connected to the hook. This pin contains a multi-part ball bearing system that allows for easy rotation to make it easier to browse through one's tie collection. Located on the end of the tie pin is a hook that would allow for a secondary tie rack to be placed if one is expanding their tie collection. My goal here was to create a simple, sleek-looking tie rack that simply hung in one's closet without taking up too much room, and I believe I did that. I was also able to include value-added features like belt hooks and a small shelf to make my product even more versatile. When designing the packaging, I wanted to mimic the sleek design of the product. One major design element I wanted was to allow for the hook of the actual tie rack to rest outside the packaging so it could easily be hung in a store to exhibit the way it would hang in a closet. The design of my box itself is essentially a rectangular box that contains two extra flaps that fold over and lock into the face panels to create a layered look. I then added two cutout windows in the shape of the tie to reinforce the main purpose of the product. In the end, the package is a simple design to reflect the simple design of the product, yet it has some added features that makes it stand out and illustrate some of the qualities of the product itself. When designing the graphics, I want to make an eye-catching theme that first caught the attention of the consumer, and then, after interest was piqued, inform the consumer about the product. I did this by creating two panels that were visually appealing, but not all that informative, to make consumers interested in the product. I then created another two panels that were still visually appealing, yet showed the product and all of its parts in full. Since I would expect consumers rotating the package while viewing it, I want to make two of the panels the same, to act as facing panels. This way, if the package was spun around, the intended first impression panel would most likely still be facing outward. I utilized the structural design of the box to enhance my graphic design. The, the panels intended to face the consumer show a suit with a tie as a window cutout, giving the consumers a view of the product. The overlaying panels in my structural design are used to mimic a suit jacket, drawing further focus on the tie cutout window, showing off the product. The name of the product, the tie pyramid, is located in the middle of the cutout window to further draw attention to the product itself, and the name clearly states what the product is. I used a color scheme similar to my product, focusing on the black pinstripe suit theme and throwing in a wood and velvet accents. All in all, I believe both my structural and graphic designs speak strongly of the concept of the product they contain. Going forward, the first thing I need to do is make sure that the structural design I created will hold up. It is closed by a series of flat pin inserts, and I need to make sure that they will securely lock in place, allowing the package to hang freely without coming undone. As for the graphics, I may want to add some text to describe all of the functions of the product. I will either add this description on the panels illustrating each component of the tie rack, or I will add them hidden under the suit coat flaps to be visible when the box is being opened. Other than that, and making sure everything lines up and fits properly, I think I have a pretty firm concept of how I want my package to look.